up a seat, let your guard slide down. We're laughing, we're learning, we're holding you down. Welcome to the spill room, where the truth feels good and the vibe stays smooth. Lean in, tune in, let your heart make moves. Welcome to the spill room. You're locked in now. Let's get into it.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Well, another week. I've had an interesting week. I had a topic, but we might start with Nat and something interesting.
Oh, but if I start, then it's going to kick.
Okay, well then let's start with
Yeah, start with your nice piece.
Let's see if her topic ends up relating
outlook, actually.
to my topic again.
Yeah.
Do you know what, they might all relate? Because it's been a theme this week with readings and sessions. Anxious attachment and attachment styles. Okay, so I don't know how familiar you are with attachment styles, but the care that we had as a child, the relationship we had with our primary caregiver, it's something that dictates how we relate to other people as we grow. Yeah. So when people are working on attachment theory and trying to help people with attachment styles and relationships, they always go back to the parenting. So what happened to you as a child? What was your relationship with your primary caregiver? Were they attentive? Were they neglectful? Because you're either securely attached, or you could be avoidant, you can be anxious attacher, or it could be a mixture. Now, there's a study that came out this year that actually said that 10% of your attachment style currently is attributed to your parents. And I thought that is interesting, because initially it comes from your parents, but then as you grow, it really becomes about the other relationships that you form. So when I was working with these people this week, it was more about healing the most previous relationship. And it made me realize that we don't always have to go back to parents. And parents do get a bad rap. That as we got older, we actually have a choice. Like, we actually choose to continue a pattern. It then becomes about us and not our parents anymore. So we can't keep blaming parents at some point.
It's so funny.
And I think if you look at that perspective, you live most of your life without your parents.
Yeah.
So what changes have you then made in that, further extended period? Because you're only typically with a parent from birth to maybe 18 and maybe in your 20s, you would hope. Some are a little bit longer these days, but you would think that conditioning should have drifted, because I know for me, I've been married for 30 years. I've actually spent 27. I spent, though, most of my life now with my husband and my children. Or had I been alone, I would have been alone. Do you know what I mean? So you should have been able to generate your own ideals.
Absolutely. When I was in childcare and I did my early education course, your 0 to 5 years is the most impressionable in your life.
Where you're finding
that's where you learn your whole personality is shaped from 0 to 5 years old. Yeah. So maybe that's what it's from.
It is from that. Then when we take that, we sort of have to take a bit of responsibility for that. And I found working with these clients this week, we weren't going back to childhood or parenting. It's like, for most of us, we've accepted that. We've accepted, okay, this is my parents, or this was that, and that's okay. It's usually that last relationship that has the biggest impact. That person that was outside of our parental group who should have chosen to love us but didn't. We assume our parents have to love us, or our family has to love us. So I have this theory that it's the people that don't have to love you that can have the biggest impact on your attachment style as you get older. Because with your parents, you can forgive it. You can go, okay, they were young, they were my parents, they didn't know. But the people, I think, that really hurt your attachment style are the people that you choose and they choose you, because then you can't sort of make those same excuses of they were young or they didn't know. It's like, you chose me and you chose to hurt me. So when you're saying anxious attachment, do you mean where they're almost obsessed with you, like they have an obsession and they don't recognize boundaries?
No boundaries.
Yeah,
no boundaries. And it's hard, because I saw things this week that were heartbreaking and really self-destructive, and people staying in relationships that were really toxic for them, but they couldn't let it go. It was that anxiety of, if you leave me, I'm going to be alone. I can't let it go. But it's like, this is hurting you and it's hurting them.
And I'm talking about like really traumatic events, you know, things where now police are involved and there's a lot of abuse and things like that. And it's like I still can't let go.
Yeah.
And in those instances, it wasn't going back to parenting, it was going back to the most previous relationship
they have.
And I found that the way to heal your attachment style is to go back and look at that last relationship and go, what can I do better? Don't so much focus on the other person, but what is it that I can do better? And this applies to friendships as well. And it made me think about my own attachment style. I'd like to think that I've got to the point in life that I'm securely attached.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so securely attached, I thought, how's the best way to describe it to someone with working with my clients this week? I thought it's a bit like a tennis match. If you're securely attached, you give what you get, and it's nice. If your friend messages you, you message them, it's lovely. You message them, they message you, it's nice. If they don't, it's okay. It doesn't matter. We accept that people are busy. There's no big issue. It's like a nice, you know, back forward balance. And now I've lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. So, you know, trying to get people to treat it a little bit more like that. I'm sorry, I have lost my train of thought. On that.
I think I know what you're sort of sitting. So what you're saying is that in a relationship there's give and take. So whether it's a friendship, whether it's your personal relationship, whether it's in business, there's give take.
Yes.
Should be a natural balance, not an expectation for the result and the outcome.
Now I know where I was going. Because in most of my relationships I realised I have that secure attachment. But then I thought about certain friendships and went, oh, I'm an avoidant. I'm someone that
So you someone that will just cut it off.
but someone that will just not put in that effort, just like face it, won't do it. And it's like I just don't care.
So is that a negative or a positive?
It's not a positive.
So it's a self-reflection for you now to realise that you're accountable
Exactly.
for some of these relationships and not having a balance.
And I've gone, why? I thought about it. I thought, why am I someone who in certain friendships and relationships, it's like, just, no, give me space. I just need space from you. And then I had to stop and think about, okay, is the problem with me, or is it me recognizing that maybe those relationships aren't healthy? But instead of me actually dealing with it, I'm just avoiding it. Instead of me turning around and saying, hey, look, you know, we need that space, which I've done in the past, maybe I'm just avoiding certain things.
Maybe you're avoiding the topic and that conversation to happen.
Yeah, well, to me, it's like, I don't care if you talk to me again or don't talk to me. I don't care.
You know what?
Does that make me
I
feel
think,
it?
I
It does.
think, oh,
It was a
okay.
healthy boundary.
I think it's outrageous. Because I've heard a lot of, I've spoken to a lot of people that are in my age group. So, I mean, you guys can obviously have your point here too. Maybe I'm just assuming it's age group. Yeah. But a lot of my circle that were all hitting 50, Carmen will laugh about this because she said to me, wait till you go through menopause, you're just not going to give a fuck anymore. And honestly, I think it could even be a little, possibly some hormonal attributions as well. Could be. Because as we get older, we're faced with so many things that you leaps, hurdles, boundaries with relationships. You get to a point where you go, too fucking hard.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with it. And even if I want to have a conversation about it, I know where it's going to go. And then in the end, you know what I mean? Like more damage is done. So I think, I don't know, is it intentional avoidance?
You hit the nail on the
subconsciously
head.
maybe.
You hit the nail on the head. It's the wisdom, I think, of age. And that you know, if you have the conversation, this is what it's going to be.
Yeah.
So I'm just not going to have it. And that's where I'm questioning now, is that a good thing that we're doing? That we go, okay, I know that this conversation is going to be good, so I'm just not going to have it. Are we making a smart choice there?
I think it is.
Or are we being avoided?
When I've done the whole path of trying to talk it out and, you know, trying to get to the bottom, in the end it spiraled. It still went reverse negative here. And in the end, someone's always going to be the asshole, or both are.
Yeah.
And it got nowhere. And I think I don't know, I think the safest point, even to protect your, you know, yourself from having to go through that negative journey, sometimes it is like, you know what?
Too hard. I feel better about that now.
Well,
because now I feel like it's wisdom of experience.
Do you want to go through the shit again?
Yeah, exactly. It's like wisdom of experience of just going, I'm being out, not picking my battles.
Yeah.
But working with that all week, it made me question, how am I approaching my own relationships?
Yeah.
You know, because when you do work with people all the time, you're constantly being called to question yourself, and you can't lead people if you're not in a position to face your own things. Sorry, Nat, you were going to say something.
No,
on avoiding
Yeah.
your own relationships.
Yes.
Is one of my topics.
Oh, fantastic.
And
There you
so
go.
all
We're
of us,
simplicity.
all of
We've
us at
done it
some
again.
point, all they do have a mother-in-law.
Yes.
Okay, so this is my
Yes.
topic for that. You're going to ask me what the fuck
All
are
of
you
us.
even
Yeah.
saying?
Why are you fucking talking about?
So,
I love this.
My topic is I'm pregnant, I'm at home, I'm reading, mum's pages. I'm on my mum's lounge, it's called. But there's a page called Mum's Lounge. And you read everything about people's opinions on parenting styles, the way they put their kid to bed, the way they ask their husband how to do things. And I see a common thing on my TikTok, my Instagram, my Facebook, my Snapchat about mother-in-laws. I think that this generation has a very negative view on their mother-in-laws. I mean, like a mother who's just about to have a baby, they're all very negative towards their mother-in-law.
I love that you said
Like
that.
a generalization, you're saying.
So
on these
there's literally a theme about, like you could say Karens, or there's literally a thing where people take the piss out of their mother-in-laws, that they don't feel like their mother-in-laws are as entitled as their own mother when it comes to their grandchildren.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
So-
So sorry to clarify that. So what
Yeah.
you're saying, this is coming from the maternal perspective. So this is the
mum,
the female
just had a new
having the
Yeah,
child.
I'm having a baby. My husband's got a mum.
Yeah.
I've got
So,
a mum. But I'm favouring my mum because she's my mum and she
she
mothers
has
me.
more entitlement.
But exactly. So for example, when I was giving birth, my mother-in-law rang, and you were in the room with me as well. Mum just was like, "I'm coming," and my mother-in-law was also like on her way, and I was nearly about to give birth by that point, and she came into the room. Right? Did I have any issue with that, or
no, not at all.
No,
You're-
because
you're welcome to.
Yeah.
because in my opinion, and everybody is so different, this is why everyone can talk differently. I have a very lovely relationship with my mother-in-law, and we're very close. But I also respect the fact that she is my husband's mum, and she wiped his ass, did everything for him just as much as what you did for me. It's just as much her grandchild. But when you read comments about people, so I saw a video, a specific video, which gave me the topic. There was this lovely mother-in-law. So it's obviously say it's me filming my mother-in-law, and she's bathing the baby, and she goes, "How blessed am I to have a mother-in-law who will do this?" And then the comments were insane, saying that's because you allow your mother-in-law to do that. There's so many people that don't allow their mother-in-law to do any of that.
To be part of it.
So they block them out because they're like, "No, you're not my mum. You're not entitled. Fuck off. You come when I tell you to come," basically. So you should see the comments. They're just like, "Why should she come when my mum should be helping me?" Or how about it's a private space, she should respect boundaries. And I think now I'm a mum of 2 boys. How would I like if, I got
Oh,
pushed
so
away.
it's making you now think we're all raising boys, so you might
I think
this is a bit deep.
but it's very cloppy.
Crazy
Because
deep.
when I've spoken to friends of mine, and there's multiple, where they've either had an issue with their mother-in-law, or,
And is that
when they're
it's
like, no, they can fucking come in 3 days, they're not coming to the hospital.
okay, hang on. Can we draw back a little bit?
Yeah.
Do
This
you
is where
think these opinions are stemming from that they actually don't have a good relationship with the mother-in-law
Yeah,
to begin
I think so,
with?
and they
Yeah,
just
but
wouldn't-
I still think that's not, in my opinion, I think that's not valid.
Can I have, I'm going to say something maybe a bit controversial here that people may not like, but
Okay, Karen.
yeah.
We need a crown that's Karen's turn.
I'm going to be the Karen today. I'm happy to be the Karen in this because if it helps people, great. But I find that with the work I do, the problems in the relationship the person has with their partner.
Yeah.
If you have a good relationship with your partner, even if your mother-in-law is Satan, you don't care because you and your
That's
partner
right.
are so
That's
strong.
right.
It doesn't matter. Even if your mother-in-law didn't nurture them or didn't wipe their bum or raise them, you don't care because you and your partner are really solid. It's a good point. And I find that every time I deal with this, every single time without fail, there's 2 things that are happening. It's either that the relationship is not right, and as soon as I tell them that, they get very angry with me. But it's true. It's like you have some sort of insecurity in your relationship where you're so scared
that your mother-in-law's influence is going to impact.
Yes.
Because why would you worry about your mother-in-law if you weren't scared of her impact? You're scared of her impact. Now, if you and your husband have a solid relationship and he puts you first and he prioritizes you and each other, then you're not scared of your mother-in-law. It's not an issue and you don't have to make a point.
Exactly.
And the other thing is when they have a very unhealthy or abnormal relationship with their own mother, and their own mother's opinion is very important, and their own mother is very also quite dominating or quite bitchy.
So is this when they're still connected to the umbilical cord?
Yeah.
So now they're still so attached to their mum,
And
there's nothing else around can, be part of.
like it's almost a bit toxic, because in those situations I noticed that the mum is quite a bitchy person. I'm just going to say.
Yeah.
So the mum's someone who bitches about everyone else, complains about everyone else.
Yep.
So that girl is then complaining about, oh, well, my mother-in-law, this and this and that. She learns that very much from her mum, because her mum is also so insecure that her mum has to bag out the other mother-in-law, bag out everyone else, and even often bag out the son-in-law. So that's
Such a good
there's a
point.
huge
Yeah.
So I find with that. So I go, this is perfect, because you and Jared are great together. Like, you're such a great couple. And it's not Jared, is it? But it is Jared.
Yeah.
Couple. You two are so solid. You know that this man chooses you and the children every day, and you choose each other.
Yeah, that's true.
So your mother-in-law is no threat.
But
It's
she's also
like
been
that.
someone who gives that space to. She encourages him. If he's ever taken her side, if he says, "Oh, Mum, your custody's better," she goes, "Don't say that. Your wife's is better." Like maybe that sort of thing. But
That's how no one's.
yeah. Well, I saw an old lady, like an 80-year-old, commented on one of the posts. You could see she had like glasses. The way she typed was funny, but she said, "Back in my day, you respected the fact that your husband also like has that, he's
Exactly.
fighting that. Oh, she's my mum, but she's my wife. She's my mum, but she's my."
still battling that.
Yeah. So that was
It
just
shouldn't
something.
be a battle. It shouldn't be a battle. It
So
should be.
my question is, would you guys have an issue with your mother-in-law being around her, in that important
I
time?
never did.
No, but come to the hospital or whatever. They should never restrict. I think
No,
they should never restrict it.
For me, when I had you guys, you would know I feel very close to my mother-in-law and father-in-law.
Yeah.
They were like the first ones there on the doorstep. That was.
Yeah.
I think I even slept over that night when I got home.
Yeah, I don't think it's a
It
non-negotiable.
was, it was non-negotiable.
The only problem with that is that in birthing suites, you can only often have maybe 2 people. So
Yeah.
you're actually going to have your partner, and you being the person giving birth, you're going to want your mum.
Yeah.
And then straight away after that, I think there is a place for in-laws to be there.
To come and
Most
visit.
definitely. They should never be excluded. And what breaks my heart is, I had a woman just broke my heart this week. Her daughter-in-law will not let her touch the baby,
Yes,
will not
see?
let her hold the baby. She's not allowed to go near the baby.
That's
because
crazy.
she's apparently such a bad mum. Mind you, her and her son are so ridiculously close. And now
See, that's what she's jealous of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to be so secure in your partner, accept that it's okay if he loves his mum, it's okay if he hates his mum, whatever his relationship is with his mum.
That's between
It's between them.
But then as a mother now having a child,
Yeah.
again, there'll be some karma that I think will come back.
Yeah.
Because if that is your mindset and you're now having children, that day is going to come for you as well.
Yeah.
And I've always said
Right.
that. Like I've always said, I want to be mindful. Like that
Yeah.
one day, my mum used to always say, "Oh, you wait, I'll be a fly on the wall and I'll watch you what
Yeah.
you do." So I think there'll be a karma attribution there because one day you're going to experience that. Like you're just saying
Yeah.
now, I'm
Yeah,
scared.
yeah.
I have to always think when I have a girl and I don't get Mum has that opportunity with us girls because she's close with us. Mum didn't even. She just was at the hospital. There's not a question. But my mother-in-law was respectful and she was like, "Oh, are you sure?"
That's
For
what
me, I didn't even think anything of it.
Yeah.
Well, I think I remember her texting and I said, "Where are you? Hurry
Yeah.
up, get in here. She's about to have the baby."
Yeah, but I don't even think it's about closeness.
Yeah.
Set aside the labour part, but even just you coming to visit the baby.
Yeah, being there. Yeah.
I think that's a major thing. I think that you're setting this boundary that, I don't want to be close with you. Like in general, when you're stopping people from coming to see you in the first couple of weeks,
Yeah.
you're really stopping everyone to have that kind of relationship. And then that's after a few weeks and you're lonely and no one's visited your baby and then you're thinking to yourself,
Oh, where is everyone?
yeah, well, maybe it's the choices that you made.
Had an interesting topic this week, so we'll quickly dive over.
Yeah.
Because, we are on our schedule today. And don't Mephisto, it doesn't tie in, but it's, yeah, totally on life topic. I went to do some training at a customer site. I was actually there all day long. And it's nice because when I go to do training, I love these moments because I get up close and personal with, the sites that we work with and meet new people. And I met a beautiful woman there who was leading the site, and I got to know her because we've been speaking on the phone but didn't have the opportunity. But a couple of really weird things happened. So on my way, it was 4 a.m. in the morning, I'm driving to training, and I was seeing about our podcast. And I said, oh, I saw a reel. You know that, have you guys heard of Frida de Guys? She does the LA donuts.
Oh, yeah, I love her.
Right, Mary? That's so good.
When there's something that is either blocking or trying to come out, then
Okay, it's going to come out.
it's a spirit thing.
Okay, spirit,
Back it up. And let's
back it up for a second, then
story.
come back in.
Absolutely.
So Frida de Guys is a woman who's from southwestern Sydney. She's opened up a donut shop. She works ridiculous hours, right? So she's done this on her own. She's single. I think she's been divorced 3 times or something like that. She's a cracker, right? She's online. She's giving it back. She's a Karen, we'll call it, right? She just says it how she thinks. She's got a big following. Anyway, in my head, I was going, oh my God, because I was laughing at one of her reels at the morning. Like, she's in her car and she just gives it, like, as to what's going on in the business that day and whatnot. So she's got followers, and then she's got some strong haters as well, like that will go on there and just give her shit. Anyway, and she does not care.
Yeah.
So I said, oh, she'd be hilarious to come on the show. Like, can you imagine? And she's opening up a new store in Liverpool and whatnot. So I thought, oh, how can we get, Frida to come on, like another female, have a chat and tell us how she's done it. She's on a forklift at 2 a.m. This woman works insane hours to get thousands of donuts out. Yeah. And then when they sell out, she gets abused for selling out. Like, how many hours do you want this woman to work? Anyway, when I got to training, so back into that, I get to training, I meet this lady, we're chit-chatting in and out all day long because she's sort of walking me through her training sessions that I was doing. And we got to know each other a little bit, talk about this. And from the get-go, it was one of those moments where how can I meet this person that almost has a double life to me to some degree, right? So we're just chit-chatting about experiences in life. It was like, oh my God, I've got a sister. I've got this, or I've done that. Everything we spoke about bounced off all morning during our intermissions. We were like sitting there going, oh, that's so weird. Like, I've done that too. Anyway, we're getting towards the end of the day, and I was like starting to think, am I meant to meet you and get, like, obviously I was meant to do this training and really get to know you at this time and hear all about you and your life. And we really gelled well. And then we're sort of at the end of the day, and then she goes, oh, I did this work for Frida de Guys from LA Donuts.
No way, that is just crazy.
Because we were talking about ISO accreditations and this particular lady does like a fair bit of that and consulting. And so she was, letting you know, she goes, yeah, I've done a bit of work for this, for that. And then I was thinking for us, to have her do some work for us. And then she mentions this Frida de Guys from LA Donuts.
That is such a random thing to bring up.
The most random thing to bring up. Why? And I said to her, but hang on a minute. I said, back your shit up right now. I said, did you just say Frida de Guys from LA Donuts? And she said, yeah. She goes, I know her. She goes, I've done a bit of work. I went, this morning, on the way here, I was watching one of her reels and I thought, oh my God, she'd be hilarious to come to. She goes, oh, I can get you in touch with her. And I will can you please? But so that led me, moving away from that, but it led me to think, again, in life, do you draw that to yourself energetically?
Absolutely.
Like, that is not intentional. Like, subconsciously, maybe it was, or is it just energetically you are meant to meet the people in your life at that time and space?
Absolutely.
It's like, I just know it blew me away.
There's a blueprint. There's certain people that we're meant to meet, and we can't avoid that. There's a blueprint. We can change the timing, we can change the how, but we can't change the fact we're meant to meet. There are paths that just have to cross.
So when I said to Sienna, I said, do you reckon it happens to everyone every day? Like, have you ever sat there and really think about in your day, what, you know, what's happening, and how you are meeting or having conversations that are meant to happen?
Yeah, I said it happens constantly. I said even with my clients, it feels like all of them are like living similar lives, or I've done what they're going through and stuff like that. Like, you meant to teach them something, or
you
learn from them. Yeah, like I've had clients that are like, they're also the middle child. They've got an older and younger sibling. Like, we're living similar lives.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's common. We're watching the same shows, or like, which is common, but just similar things that you just.
It's like you have this,
you just meant to bring them in.
Almost,
Yeah.
I feel like you magnetic. And you go,
Connectivity. It's disposable hope.
see, we're magnetic.
Yeah, I love it. It's
Yeah.
actually important for longevity.
No.
Yeah, so that hyperconnectivity, the reason, you know, why we have these paths cross and we have that habit is it actually helps with longevity. They've scientifically proven it. It's not the big connections, it's these small random moments where you just cross paths and these things happen.
Makes you
They add to your longevity. Scientifically proven.
Is that like this is a shit example?
Yeah.
But Jared would say, "Oh, we haven't had Milo in ages." Then go to mum and dad's house a day later, and dad offers Milo, and we haven't had Milo in fucking days.
That's like
Is that
what
the same game?
about the Tim Tams the other night, the mid ones, and the day of we were doing our Woolly shopping. It's like, oh, they're a bit too expensive. Yeah. And so we didn't buy them, but then mum brought it up that night.
We
That
did
they
it.
walked
Right
out.
now.
Dad goes, try these Tim Tams.
There you go, see?
And then they goes,
Yeah.
I wanted those, but I didn't buy them. I actually finished the last two last night.
So good.
Oh my god, they're the
Yeah.
best. Chocolate and Tim Tam milk.
I think we should get
thumbs
I
up.
think we should do a review on like every, you know, when
Yeah,
comes
things
out
are
with something.
harmony, our obsession.
Yeah.
Well, ours is Tim Tam mint. They're worth every $7.
Ah.
You can take that away from something else out of your budget, people. If you love mint, it's like having an after dinner mint with an
Yeah.
extra pint. Oh, it's the best.
But I reckon, you know how they always come out with new stuff in the lolly section or the chocolate section? Give it a
Well,
review.
it's mine and Dad's favorite thing to do because we're like serial TV show junkies.
That's awesome.
And this is actually an interesting thing. Actually, we can talk about it a little bit really quickly.
Yeah.
If you're in a relationship, so whether it's, you know, whatever type of relationship you're in, whether it's friendships, partners, whatever you want to call it, do both you and your partners watch the same TV shows? Because interestingly, Dom and I are really good like that. So, well, apart from some things, like I can't do sports all fucking day long. That's just not going to happen. But from a TV junkie perspective, like TV series, he's really good. Like he'll watch the girly shit. He actually loves it with me.
Yeah, same as
But other people I speak to, like their partners, they're in separate rooms at night time because
No, so I watch an iPad and Jared watches the big TV.
So that's just crazy to me. Yeah.
Not every time. We'll like he'll say, "All right, we're not watching our shows today. We're watching a movie together." But I haven't watched reality TV with all the girls fighting, and Jared wants to watch Game of Thrones, and I'm just like, nah, I'm not watching that.
So whereas we're really connected, like with what we watch.
That's something to be mindful of, and that's something to work on in the relationship. I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's a bad relationship, but when
No,
you're
that's a good point.
with someone, you have the same values and the same interests. So
Yeah.
he doesn't value that. You
No,
do.
he will not fight.
So at what time that you two going to balance that in a relationship? That's where you're
Just play the new scary movies.
yeah. And it's when you're going to have to be careful to go, okay, this is a man that if I bring a lot of drama into this relationship,
Yeah.
he doesn't like.
Oh yeah, I've learned that.
What about then Jared?
So she watches it with her headphones
Yeah.
on.
No, but then when I'm bored, so for example, that's a good.
And for him, he
Explanation.
has to be conscious too. It's a two-way street. He has to be conscious that you're someone that requires stimulation. He also has to make a conscious effort to not be too boring.
I think he pretends that he doesn't mind, but
Because they don't ask questions.
because then
Yeah.
he'll be listening and he'll go, "Isn't that the Arnie of?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh,
He's
yeah."
tapping in. He's tapping in.
But even sometimes when I'm quiet, if he gets home and he's in the shower and I don't have a story for him, you know, my dramatic stories, he'll go, What, so did you not talk to anybody today? Oh, can you not give me a story today? We don't have any. But yeah,
That's awesome.
but yeah,
Because we're watching that 5-star weekend at the moment.
Oh, so that,
It's
so that
so
show
good.
just turns me off so much.
The what? Sorry?
oh really?
It's, I see the ads, I'm like, oh, fuck me. About 4 or 5 depressed women on a beach.
Oh, yes. It's quite dramatic. It's quite drama-filled.
Just,
I like it. It's been a good topic for
is it
me.
where it's like, 5, or is it like friends through different stages of
They are,
yeah, passed away?
yeah, but there's
Yeah.
it is. It is pretty dull like that. But I like her as a character.
Yeah,
so
she's
I like
awesome.
the main
Jennifer
character.
Garner.
I like Jennifer Garner.
Yeah.
Actually, it's quite an interesting because they're only dropping it once a week. It's not as doom and gloom as what you think.
Okay.
It actually brings up, I think, for probably some people, some pretty strong topics, like the fact that people do come in and out of your life.
Yeah.
And it's actually brought up a lot of things that we talk about.
Which is probably why I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, maybe you might be like, oh God. But for me, it's interesting because you have people come in and out of your life, and they are coming in and out at different times for a reason.
Yeah.
And now they're all coming together, and there's so much going on in one person's life, and they don't even know because it's been so long since they've sort of connected, and she's really connected with them. So she's famous. There's another one that's quite like doing really well, but there's one that's like living through cancer, and no one knew.
Yeah.
And she kind of got like the forgotten friend, and she's a hard ass. Like she just says it how it is. She's actually one of my favorite characters in it. And then there's the other one. So spoiler alert, she was an Instagram follower for Jennifer Garner, like she's a home chef, whatever.
Yeah.
And she was stalking her basically, but it's because she's was having an affair with a husband that now died.
Okay.
But she doesn't know that.
Right. So it's all going to come out.
Well, it just did. Episode 6 that drops. So one of the friends found out.
It's not even out.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like I like it.
we can put that on the next topic. Crazy people.
Crazy stalkers, what they will go to. That's interesting because so many people have this really horrific stalking.
All right, we're going to drop it up on all our socials for you to comment. Have you experienced some sort of crazy?
Yes.
Or have you had a stalker? That's what I'd like to know.
I have. I'll tell a little one.
Yeah, I was going to say that you
Have you had a stalker?
Do you want me to tell?
Yeah, please.
It's only for 2 minutes. At Macca's, it'll only be 2 minutes.
Yeah.
At Macca's, I was working overnights for like a few days in a row.
Yes, you did.
And then this guy, he was like proper on drugs and stuff. I think he would do coke in the bathroom or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, he would come out with this little ukulele.
Yes.
Just serenading me in the bloody dining room, and then he was like had this little skateboard and everything. It was so strange.
And
He left the rose on my car one morning, and I was like, I'm staying inside. I'm not going outside.
But I
And
was
then,
really concerned at that
It
time
was-
because I actually
I'm
look
lucky
at this
I'm
back as a business as well.
yeah.
I was getting really frustrated because I'm
I was
like,
only
are you
18.
recording?
Yeah.
Doing over
Are they aware? Do they know what's going on? What are they doing?
We called the police.
And they did. I have
But
to
then
say,
the cops
they did.
the little guy skated off on his skateboard before they got there. So then, and then they ended up coming back to us to let us know what happened. He was from Wollongong and was coming there just like for a week. And I was like,
Ukulele.
just like Bruno Mars and the ukulele.
And of all things, Bruno Mars.
You say you're right, but he just said hi every now and then. But then was like, would just like have a chat in the morning because I was being nice and giving his coffee, and then he was just like stay for hours, and I was like, ugh. So it's freaking
You
me out.
said it. You nailed it. It's sometimes where you can be nice to someone who doesn't usually have that.
Yeah. That's exactly. It
No,
wasn't even I was extra fine, so I was just doing my job.
That's a funny story.
It's funny now, but at the time I was like, I'm hiding in the office, I'm not going out there. Because I looked on the camera that there was a rose on my car, like a white rose.
Yes,
Just
remember you
on
sent the photo?
No wonder why a white rose.
Yeah, I
That's
was
what it means. Like, what?
dive into it next episode.
What are we wrapping it up like?
We're wrapping it up like a stalker.
Oh,
You can't wrap.
I know. It's not
I think Karen.
I'll probably wrap you.
Anything.
We're sneaking. I don't know.
We're wrapping it up like a case file.
Okay.
Alright, gotta remember that.
Love you, girls.
Love you all.